if anybody should just drop any cry baby comments for me, I'm just gonna block it. So there's no point. No, just respect yourself. Let us respect ourselves, okay? Otherwise we open each other's yash on this YouTube. Hi Devoneers, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Debbie and I'm a Nigerian and Irish YouTuber, and this is my little space on the internet where I come to share my interests, whether it's makeup, beauty, or a girl talk like today's video. I'm gonna play with my hair a lot in this video just because I'm feeling the new color. What you guys think? This wig is not new, it's a revamp, so there's a bit of lace missing here, so let's just all pretend like we can't see that. Okay, thank you. Today's video has been on my heart for a long time, and I feel like it's something God wants me to speak about, because I keep getting reminded about it, and so I believe that it's for somebody out there. Based on the title of this video, you basically know what today's video is about. It's about plastic surgery, body dysmorphia, things to consider before you get plastic surgery. And I'm not going to be on any particular side, because there are a lot of factors to consider regarding plastic surgery. So there's not like one size fits all for everybody, but I'm also here to remind you that you are wonderfully and fearfully made. Praise the Lord, hallelujah. So before I start this video, I just want to put it out there that I am not a psychologist. I'm not a mental health doctor. I'm just giving my opinion, and this is just an opinion based video, so you can take it or you can leave it, but I think it's something to be discussed, and I just wanted to open the discussion, you know, and I feel like it might help somebody out there. I might have to get a new mug to match my new wig. Like, what's that? Grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your juice, grab your hot ribena. Shout out to Sarah Destiny. Grab something and let's jump in. Okay, so it's 2020. A lot of us are growing up in a very different time to our parents. We're growing up in a time where at the grab of your phone, you can see what thousands of people are doing all over the world every second. Where they are in their life, what they look like, what they're into. And it just so happens that plastic surgery is now so popular in, you know, the culture, like in the entertainment industry, on social media, Instagram, love and hip hop, the Kardashians, you know, and the rise of reality TV. We can now see easily what's going on globally. And then, you know, based on what's being thrown at you constantly and what you're seeing repeated, it then becomes psychologically normal to you. Just the way, you know, say you grew up in the Western world, you know, and you're an African person. Your African traditions, although you still understand them, you're more westernized if you've grown up in this part of the world. So a lot of the Western culture becomes normalized in your mind. So I feel like that's what has happened with plastic surgery in our time. Whereas 20, 30 years ago, there was this disconnect between normal, everyday folks and celebrities. On a side note, when Kim Kardashian got her body done back in the day, and then she did like an x-ray on her butt to say that it's real, and we all believed that it was real. She knew about BBLs before everybody knew about BBLs, okay? So she was way ahead. Hence my example about plastic surgery and how it's become so much more attainable and cheap in certain areas of the world. And also with technology advancements and things, it was bound to happen. The prices of surgery was bound to become more affordable to the average person. The influencer industry, kind of, it's about looking good. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like being a fashion and beauty influencer, your job is to look good, basically. So when you're looking at a picture and you want the picture to be perfect, people tend to have the requirement of perfection for the background of their photo. you know, the views, the location. Sometimes they don't restrict the requirement of perfection to just their environment. They place the requirement for perfection on themselves, and before you know it, a new insecurity has developed. And rolling on the gram and seeing all these perfect bodies, whether or not they're edited with Facetune, whether or not they're enhanced, they look perfect. So everybody, especially influencers, are trying to look perfect on Instagram. So that's why a lot of influencers, reality TV stars, celebrities, people with a large following, that's why they keep getting different procedures done constantly. Because when your job is your image, you tend to develop an obsession with your image. But then if the person that's, you know, obsessed with their image is an influencer, and you are being influenced by somebody who is not just getting surgery to fix one or two insecurities, but they're going down a long road of multiple rounds of BBLs, multiple rounds of, you know, boob jobs, multiple rounds of fillers, black girls with big lips getting fillers. People are going to Korea to get a new nose, a new face. They're going in looking like Shakira. They're coming out looking like It was in that moment she knew she would keep her opinion to herself. The advancement of technology, social media, and the access that we now have to everything and travel, like, this has led to a huge rate of body dysmorphia that's out there. And how do I know this? I know this because I almost fell into being one of those people, and that's why I'm making this video. Okay, let's sip tea. Because they always say this thing about people shaking tables. So I'm on this table. If I'm shaking a table, I'm definitely on this table, and that's why I'm making this video. Influencers all over the world. A lot of influencers are suffering from body dysmorphia, and nobody is talking about it. Some influencers have come out and expressed concerns about possibly going too far with the surgery. Some still don't realize that they're suffering from something that could potentially be a mental illness, which is body dysmorphia. They think they're just trying to look good, but if you're trying to look good but you're taking it too far, but everybody else except you can see it, then you really need to evaluate. So I compiled a list for you guys of things to consider before getting surgery. The first thing you're going to want to do is check if there's an alternative before you get the surgery. Is there an alternative to what you want to get done? Say, for example, if you're trying to lose weight, have you actually tried to lose weight before you go off and cut off half of your stomach? I feel like having a gastric sleeve or a gastric whatever is so extreme. Before you cut off half of your stomach and get a gastric sleeve, have you tried to lose weight at the gym? Have you tried to change your lifestyle instead of doing fad diets that never work? I feel like I go on a rant about this all the time on my social media, and I'm sure some people hate me for it, but that's perfectly fine. Everybody's entitled to like who they like and dislike who they like. But when it comes to, you know, fad diets don't work. Keto doesn't work long term. Juicing doesn't work long term. So many of this, you know, crazy diets don't work. Like, change your lifestyle. Discipline yourself. Discipline is the most important thing, guys. Some surgeries could have been avoided just by building discipline. Now, that being said, it could be easy for me to talk, being as I'm a very petite person, meaning that being overweight has never been my problem. I eat like a cow sometimes, like moo. I might get lipo after having all my kids. Like, I might get a little, you know what I mean? But I'm going to do some things before I consider doing that. So, is there an alternative to what you're about to get done? Check that first before you get what you're about to get done. I give you guys an example. I don't think I've ever mentioned this on this channel before, but this is the first time I will be telling you guys this on my channel. People on Instagram kind of know this already, but I actually have laminate veneers, meaning that I have some laminate veneers, meaning that the veneers are on top of my own teeth. My own teeth are underneath. Perfectly healthy, perfectly fine. They were not filed down to the shark thingy that people get. Like literally, my veneers, I only have like a few, like literally five. So it's not something I advertise because it's something that you should only get done if you actually absolutely want it and you've researched it and you need it. But in my case, I went to my dentist and he recommended that I get the laminates because braces wouldn't have worked. My teeth are hella strong black man teeth, you get me? So he said if I got braces, my top teeth are like massive compared to my bottom teeth. So what they did was they tried to make both look, you know, proportioned. Do you know what I mean? But I wanted the natural look. I even kept my gap. That's why some of you might not even know that I have anything done, but now you know. And when I first got it done, I did freak out. Like I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like I actually got something done. Like I had to readjust my brain to understand that, oh yeah, this is my new smile, and I like my natural looking smile. I like that it doesn't look freakishly perfect, because it did look perfect at first, and then I had them change it and I had them put the gap back in, all of that. They did close the gap at first, but I realized that I loved myself with a gap and that there's no such thing as perfection, because I would look in the mirror and it just looked perfect. It looks really weird. Like seeing me with a perfect smile was just the weirdest thing to me in my mind, and I just wanted a natural white. I just wanted a very natural white, and I wanted it to like mimic the shape of my own teeth underneath. I was going to get Invisalign or braces, and I was recommended to get the laminates instead. Research before you do anything. Understand the ins and the outs of whatever procedure you're about to do. Understand the risks associated with what you're about to do. Understand that some of the things you're about to do are irreversible. Understand that you might have some aftercare. Understand that you might have some aftercare. Understand that you have recovery time. You might have to get massages that cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars, pounds, naira, whatever. So you need to understand research, in and out. Research whatever procedure you're about to do. Research it well before you do it. In my opinion, before you get surgery, write down the things you love about yourself. And write down the things that you don't like about yourself. If the things you don't like about yourself are more than the things that you like about yourself, then I don't think you're ready to get the surgery that you want to get. I think if your list of dislikes are this long and your list of likes are this small, then please wait until you love yourself a little bit more before you get any surgery or any procedure done. Another factor to consider is your age. What is your business with a BBL at the age of 18? What is your business with a nose job at 17, 18, 19? You absolutely have no business getting anything done at the age of 18. You have no business doing that because your body is not fully developed. Your body is going to be fully developed around 25, 26. But I think, in my opinion, the perfect age to get surgery is in your 30s. That's when I think is the most splendid age to get surgery, if you're going to get surgery after you have all your children in your 30s. Okay, now we are talking. Let's go and do mommy makeover. Okay, let's be going. We'll even throw you party for your new body. What are you saying? Go to a specialist doctor if you're going to get plastic surgery. Go to a specialist. Go to a person that specializes in BBLs. Go to a person that specializes in nose jobs. If it's a nose job you're gonna get, go to a person that specializes only in boob jobs. Or if you're gonna get, like, say for example, you're getting a nose job and you're in your 30s, go to a specialist for black people that does ethnic rhinoplasty. Don't be going to Don't be going to somebody that just does random surgery. Go to a good doctor that comes highly recommended. Like, I'm not gonna say like all surgeons in Turkey are bad. I don't believe that. I believe if you go to a good doctor, you will not look the same. See the way you can see the bumps from the front? That's really weird. But like, say you go to like a good surgeon, like the ones in Miami are actually really good. Like, if you go to them ones, they know how to make it look natural. Like, have you guys seen Summer Walker's bum? That bum looks good. Go to a good doctor. Don't say that nobody know. Have you guys seen Botched? Have you seen Botched? Ethical influencing. I'm an influencer and I believe in ethical influencing. I believe before you go ahead and allow yourself to be influenced by your favorite influencer into getting surgery, or something that's being advertised to you on their channel saying, oh, I got this done in this particular clinic in South Korea, in North Korea, in Turkey, in the Dominican Republic. I believe that you should ask yourself, like, is this person an ethical influencer? Meaning, what's their motive behind sharing their experience with you? Are they trying to just show you guys what they did to themselves? Are they just saying it because it's something that they got for free from a doctor that might not be that good? They've gotten a $5,000 or a €5,000 procedure for free to sell it to you. Yeah, like, yeah. And I want you guys to know that you need to be careful of who you allow to influence your decisions, influence your life. Just because somebody is your fave and you comment on every picture and you do kiki and you do yes love you sis and they do kiss doesn't mean you should allow yourself to be influenced by everything they do. I want you to repeat after me. Perfection does not exist. Perfection does not exist. Perfection does not exist. Perfection does not exist. The minute you get one procedure done, your mind is like, the coin drops and you realize that you can fix something about yourself. For those of you that may have never heard of body dysmorphia, you don't know what BDD is, I'm going to read out the definition of body dysmorphia to you guys and the symptoms of body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphic disorder or body dysmorphia is a mental health condition where a person spends a lot of time worrying about flaws in their appearance. These flaws are often unnoticed to others. People of any age can have BDD. So here are some symptoms of BDD. Worrying a lot about a specific area of your body, particularly your face. Looking at the mirror a lot. I did that. Spending a lot of time comparing your looks to others. Worrying about specific areas of your body, especially your face. Spend a lot of time comparing your looks to others. Social media, real life, comparing your face to supermodels. Going to a lot of efforts to conceal your flaws, i.e. spend a lot of time combing your hair, spend a lot of time doing your makeup, you know, to make sure that you're extra snatched. Just for a side note, the treatment for body dysmorphia is therapy, or just working on yourself deeply and learning to love yourself. So one of them is free, one of them you pay for. The choice is yours. Choose wisely. So I'm going to share my body dysmorphia experience and how I developed it and how I overcame it. And I'm going to share why it led me to stepping back from Instagram and things like that. Okay, let's go. I'm finna get deep. Okay. So I developed body dysmorphia when I had an argument with one of my close friends. When you have an argument with your friends, you guys are calling each other names, whatever. And she was like, well, you're ugly and dark skinned, something like that. And, you know, I was, well, she basically called me ugly. She was like, I am ugly. And you know when somebody's like your best friend, like the things that they say would hurt you more than what a stranger would say about you. Like, if somebody commented that on my channel, I wouldn't give a shite. Like, I just wouldn't. But the fact that somebody that was my friend said to me that I was ugly, like, I was like, oh my god, I must actually be ugly. I must be so ugly. You know, and she was like, oh, I'm only pretty with makeup, and I'm dark skinned, and all that kind of jazz, you know. She apologized later on and whatnot, but it's something that I shouldn't have taken it personal, because it's something that she says about all dark skinned girls, like, that she was no longer friends with. So it was the way that she would speak down on dark skinned people, which is why she's no longer in my life. When she said that to me, I started to question whether I was ugly or not. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but it happens, okay? So that was how I developed my body dysmorphia. And then growing up, I was a very confident child. I thought I was the business. Like, do you know what I mean? As a teenager, nobody could tell me nothing. I wasn't the prettiest girl in the room, but in my mind, I was always the prettiest girl in the room. That's how I got into blogging. That's how I started YouTube. That's how I started taking pictures and posting outfits and all these things. Because although I knew that I wasn't the prettiest swan, I knew that I was the shit. And so it reflected in how I lived my life. And that's where I'm back to now, by the way. But I lost it very, very briefly for a few years. Just life just happens sometimes. And when you're at a low point and somebody calls you ugly on top of that, it just knocks you off. So that was when I would question my looks. And, you know, one day I called my friend Onyeka. I'm considering getting something done. And I was running it by her. And I was like, I think I'm going to get an ethnic rhinoplasty, like a nose job, because I seen one of my Insta faves had gotten an ethnic nose job. An ethnic nose job is when you get your nose done, yeah, but it still looks like a black nose. You know what I mean? So they don't make it like pointy like a white person. They just make it a tiny bit smaller. Do you know what I mean? So I had my consultation, everything, and I was telling Onyeka, and Onyeka was like, she was like, Debbie, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong? Like, she's just like, what the hell is wrong? Guys, I have the cutest nose. Like, I just want to point it out that I literally have the cutest nose, and my nose was one of my favorite features about myself. But the minute my friend said to me that I was ugly, I was trying to figure out what makes me ugly. I considered getting fillers in my chin to make my chin pointier. I considered getting, you know, those fillers people get here, you know. I considered getting an ethnic rhinoplasty. I considered getting lip fillers as a black girl who has big lips, big beautiful lips already. I considered getting a buccal fat removal. But then at some point, I had to sit down and think to myself, Deborah, you must be very fucking mad. Like, you have to be insane. So I had to sit down and actually give myself a very sensible talk. And I think the minute the coin dropped for me, like, that was when I was transformed and I was back to being myself again. But imagine I had gotten any of those things done during that brief period of insecurity and that brief period of BDD. Like, I watched a video on a girl that I got in the buccal fat removal, and she did a video on it, and then a few years later she made an update video. She had gotten a buccal fat removal, so a few years later she had to get fillers on her face because her face kept falling, because there wasn't enough fat inside the structure of her face. I have a very cheeky face, like, do you know what I mean? I've always wanted that snatched, you know, Bella Hadid face. Bella Hadid actually got a buccal fat removal, and her chin, and her jaw, and a whole new face. But basically my point is that, like, she then had to get fillers constantly just to keep her face looking normal. So you have to make sure you know the repercussions of your actions before you do them. And I feel like my future daughter, this is the talk I'm gonna have with her. You know, I'm gonna tell her that you're wonderfully made, you're beautiful, you don't need to change anything about yourself, and that is the goddamn truth. And how do I know this? Because I felt that same way too. that's something I'm definitely going to try and communicate to my child in the future. And that's why I'm communicating that to you guys, because you guys are like my internet sisters. I feel like you guys are wonderfully and beautifully made, and you don't need to change anything about yourself. But if you want to, you can. Before you get surgery, pray. Just pray. Pray that God will follow your eleda wherever you're going. That pray that God will follow you and you will not die on the operating table, because before you do any surgery, they have to run tests on your body. So sometimes they might miss something. Sometimes your body is not strong enough to go through a surgery, and that's why sometimes people die on the operating table, because their heart rate just goes so low. So pray and pray and pray. A very important thing to note is that YouTube will only show you the type of videos that you watch. So if you're the type of person to watch a BBL video, YouTube is gonna bombard you with BBL videos. YouTube is gonna throw every type of plastic surgery video you can ever imagine your way. And when you watch those kind of videos, your brain is going to be registering it each time as this is normal, this is fine, this is acceptable, this is a normal thing, this is okay. But regardless of your stance on surgery, whether you're for it or against it, surgery is not a normal thing to do. It's something that technology has allowed us to indulge in if we choose to. So please, just because you see something everywhere doesn't mean it's a normal thing to do. And that's all I'm trying to say. If you watch fitness videos on how to build a bum in the gym, YouTube is going to show you 10 million videos of the same thing, of how to build a bum in the gym.
My body, my eyes, my cash, all real, I'm a triple threat.
You are literally what you feed your mind. If you feed your mind plastic surgery, you're going to go down that route. If you feed your mind self-love, you're going to go down the self-love route. So it's up to you to choose what path you want to take. Or you can meet yourself somewhere down the middle. You know, no, don't go too far, don't go too left. You know, you can just be in the middle. You know, sweet in the middle.
Sit in the middle. I just want to shoot in the middle.
I pray we all have the heart and the strength to love ourselves before we make changes to ourselves, and that even in doing those changes, that we find self-love. Without self-love, we'll always find something to fix and something to change. So that's something for us all to consider, including myself. I'm gonna end this video there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope, you know, you guys can comment below your thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you guys think of my hair. I feel like in another life I was a white ginger-haired woman, but we'll never know. Anyway, make sure you hit the subscribe button and thumbs up, like, share with your friends, and subscribe. Share with your friend. If your friend is going to get surgery, share with your friend. If your friend is against surgery, share it with her as well. Share it with your mama, share it with your auntie, share it with your cousin. I will see you guys in my next one. Stay safe. Bye.
You got a fella that you want. Need some old school love. Put your hands up in the air. Let him know that you care. You don't wanna be my man, but I wanna be your girl. Boy, I know when you're around me, feels like you're on top of the world. Just a love of a lust. Cupid done shot me up. We gotta make this serious. We gotta make this serious. I know you about your cream. Mommy told me stay away from gangsters. Always thought the money was handsome. Treat me like ransom. Consider this a bad bitch anthem. For my ladies who feel me, I know you want it bad. You ain't gotta fight. Bring it on back. When you're ready, we'll take flight. Disappear into the night. You got a fella that you want. Need some old school love. Wish you had a switch that you could hit. Let him know what you with. You got a fella.